What's up? This is Vince Carter. You're listening to the 3-Point Conversion. Check it out.
What's good, sports fans? My name is Damian Adams from the 3-Point Conversion. I have a very special one-on-one interview today with former number 6 overall pick in the WNBA draft, WNBA champion and current Phoenix Mercury guard, Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. And I got to ask you the number one question that everybody's been asked these days. How have you been dealing with the quarantine? Are you going crazy? How have you been trying to cope?
At first, it was cool because, since college, I've been going overseas, WNBA. So at first, it was cool because I was giving my body a break. But, that break started to get a little bit lengthy. I'm not used to it. So I'm not used to trying to keep myself as busy, like thinking of different creative ideas. So I've been now I've always been working out, but just working out now, still working out, just reading different books, going on walks with my mom, bike riding a little bit. Like I said, just trying to stay creative and, to continue to stay in shape.
That's what's up. So what does your type of workout consist of?
I love, most people, I normally got to get pushed to get in the weight room. I'm sure you can tell I'm so skinny, but I love just being on the court. So I just just relentlessly just be in the gym until I get either kicked out or until someone comes in and we reach capacity. So just being in the gym, doing different things. I'm trying to just imagine different scenarios, especially on this new team, just positions I'll be in, and just being able to perfect or get better at things that I view as a weakness or other people view me as having weaknesses.
Okay, so what are some of those things that you've been working on during this time?
Definitely just muscle memory with my jump shot. I'm gonna get a lot of open jump shots, especially with Brittany Griner down low. Skylar Diggins is being able to make plays. Definitely have a lot of playmakers. I know I'm gonna get open shots, so it's on me to make those open shots. Also going into staying in shape, being able to be athletic and be disruptive on the defensive end and, add tempo to the offense as well.
Definitely. And during this quarantine period, what is something that you've learned about yourself during this time?
I can't sit still. That's one thing I definitely learned. I can't sit still, but it's also okay to, take a break, and, give your body a rest. And that's one thing I did learn. I don't know how to do that because I'm so used to just being on the move. Like I said, from Europe over back to here, back to Europe, back to here with probably about 5 days in between. So just being able to, I learned that I don't know how to take a break. So I'm just teaching myself that, it's okay to, but now I'm trying to get back in that grind for sure.
Okay, so now let's take it back. We were talking earlier how you're originally from Pennsylvania and, outside of Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. When did you fall in love with basketball?
I always really loved it. Growing up, because I grew up with just me and my mom. My mom had me and I swear it was every single sport. So I did almost everything. In high school, I did track and I did volleyball as well. So it wasn't until college that I only focused on basketball. And I would probably say I loved it even before then, but I honestly loved every single sport that I played, especially during that season. I was fully committed. You wouldn't catch me on the basketball court during volleyball season because I didn't want to jeopardize my body because I felt like I was obligated to, stay fully committed to my team during that season. But I always loved all the sports that I played. But basketball did have a special place in my heart. I always felt like I was better. That was the best that I was at that sport. But yeah, I would probably say ninth grade, I started actually showing I was talented and probably could go high Division I. That's probably when I truly fell in love with it, around ninth grade. But I've been playing since a little kid.
And speaking of ninth grade and find out that you really have a true talent, was there a specific moment where you thought, okay, maybe I could do this professionally? I'm kind of high. I'm kind of good at this.
Yeah, there was a time my one teammate on my travel team, she was getting recruited by Maryland, and I wasn't, and she got invited to one of their elite camps, and she didn't want to go by herself, and so she was like, "Do you want to go with me?" I was like, "Not really. I'm trying to enjoy my summer. I'm trying to stay at home." My mom was like, "You're going," so I ended up going with her. and actually like they ended up offering me and not her at the camp. So that was like the moment I was like, oh, okay. Okay, this is real. And then obviously I ended up going to Maryland and playing there. But that was like one moment. Like they weren't even recruiting me. They didn't even know who I was. I wasn't even invited to the camp, but she was allowed to bring a +1. So she ended up picking me, fortunately. So that was definitely God looking out for sure.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, especially when you hear a story like that. Kind of you coming out of literally nowhere
Yeah.
for them to offer you a
Right.
scholarship yeah, that's pretty dope. So once you started playing and Maryland offered you the scholarship, did you look at anybody else, or did you just like, all right, they already offered me, I'm good to go?
At that point, they were the biggest school that I had. And I ended up signing at the end of my junior year just so I can, just play for fun my senior year. I didn't want any stress or anything. Just being able to play for fun. And then school started coming on later, showing some interest. But at that point, I had already known that I wanted to go to Maryland and play for Coach Freeze.
Okay. So you play at Maryland, and then WNBA draft comes around, your number 6 overall pick for Washington. And that first year, usually people have, no matter the sport, NFL, NBA, baseball, we all have that welcome to the league moment. What was your welcome to the WNBA moment?
It's actually crazy because it was actually against Diana Taurasi. And I was playing, and I remember having the ball, and I went to drive, and my shoe came off. So I passed it, and she took my shoe. And I'm like looking around, like, is anyone gonna say anything? Like, hey, I don't know what y'all gonna call, but like, can someone tell her to give me my shoe back? So she ended up taking my shoe, and I can't remember the end of the play, but I remember she like tossed it on the side. So I had to like run, go get my shoe, and then like run back on defense. So like at that point, I was like, oh yeah, like, because she was always cool off the court. I was like, yeah, on the court, no friends.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's definitely a good welcome to the league moment. Veteran move.
Yeah.
By DT right there. So you're playing at Washington, and you're a part of this great guard group with Christy Tolliver, Natasha Cloud. You're also playing with Grace like Elena Deladon. Sure. What did you learn from playing with them?
I mean, it was so crazy because each one is like, they're so different. Like Tosh is like really vocal. And Christy's more laid back, like her personality is more laid back, but she's so full of knowledge. I mean, she's coaching the NBA now. So I know she used to I used to annoy her because I just asked so many questions. But one thing that I learned from both of them, and like obviously from different points of their life, like just staying confident. They were always on me, just stay confident, just trust the process. Everybody's journey looks different. So just because something is happening for somebody right now doesn't mean it won't happen for you. You just got to continue to trust the process, continue to put your head down. And it's cool that was like one thing that Tosh always harped on, because just looking at her journey, like she was like, she'll tell you herself, like no one expected her to be making history right now. And that's not a slight to her, but it just shows that her process, like she never felt sorry for herself. Like she always had that own confidence with her. And continue to put her head down, continue to trust the process, and now look what she's doing. So that's just motivating to see from her, and then hearing it from her for sure.
Definitely. And last year, you guys climbed a mountain, winning championship. What was the experience of that season like for you?
It was like amazing. Like normally, like teams have like different cliques, like teams have turmoil, teams have different, and honestly. We have none of that. And that's why it was so special, because we were genuinely a family. Like that stuff that people would see on TV, like that was real. Like we were genuinely happy to be around each other. Like cameras on, cameras off, we were around each other. Like coach didn't have to force us to go out to dinner, or we were just like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like that made it more special to not only win that championship, but to win that championship around people that you enjoy being around. And like, we did hit some adversity. Like, we lost Christy for about 12 games, maybe 10 to 12 games. And Ariel Power stepped up and filled that slot. Emma Meesman had to go to Belgium and represent her country. Tiana Hawkins stepped in that spot. And like we, and most people don't even remember that, because people just filled in and we were able to continue that, that journey into that championship. So just being able to be a part of that and knowing that everybody was a part of that genuinely, whether you were on the court or off the court, was a special feeling.
No, that's definitely awesome. And yeah, we did forget about the injuries and different people had to come in for you guys. So that definitely showed how strong you guys were as a team. So you win a championship come this off season. it's kind of a whirlwind. You get traded not
Yeah.
once but twice and
Yeah.
within a week. So what was that process like for you to be traded twice and then end up with Phoenix?
Yeah, I mean, it was super nerve-wracking. Like only because I remember it was a Wednesday that coach called me and he told me that I got traded to New York, and then it was the draft that Friday and I hadn't heard from New York at all. So I'm like, okay, like this can't be normal. Like I'm on this new team. I don't know the coaches. I don't know anyone. No one's reached out to me. Like I'm looking at like the Twitter and Instagram handles, like seeing that they shout me out, nothing. I'm like, okay, like do I reach out? Like I don't know how this works. Like I'm just nervous. And then I called my agent. I'm like, yo, like what's up? Like something has to be up. He was like, just just stay cool and calm. Like I know there's some behind the scenes things working out, but I don't want to tell you anything. Get your hopes up, but just stay calm. Like I got you. But I'm like, this is still nerve wracking. I'm like, I couldn't sleep. Like I was just like, this is. I don't know. I don't even know how to feel. And then I was watching the draft, actually about to turn it off, but I was looking at watching for the Maryland. Kyler Charles was getting drafted, and I saw my name come across, and I was so happy that Phoenix picked me. Like I was so happy. Like it still hasn't hit me to even say like Diana Taurasi is gonna be my teammate, playing with Brittany Griner, playing alongside Skylar Diggins. Like these are people I watched when I was younger. So it's just a super blessing. Like I'm just blessed for sure.
And you speak about playing with all-stars like Skylar, Diana, and Brittany. What is it that you want to bring to the team to help Phoenix win?
Yeah, I just want to bring versatility. Like that's my thing. Like I don't want to be able to just bring one thing. Like whatever the game needs that game. Like, and I'm gonna like even like just going into the game. Like I'll just be like, Coach, what you need me to do? And I want to be able to fulfill that role. If you need me to be a gnat on defense and just make the best player on the other team, like their shots difficult, I can do that. If you want me to get out in transition and be the fastest player on the court, I can do that. If you need me to hit open shots, if you need me to, tell me you need some knockdowns, I can do that. If you want me to get to the free throw line, I can do that. Like, I want to be able to just be versatile and, just add that versatility and just be whatever coach needs me to be for that game.
Okay, looking forward to it. Definitely can't wait to watch the season come up. And we do have officially a start date and site now for the WNBA season. And there's been some voice concerns from NBA players about starting the season and taking attention away from this big moment that we're in the country and the world with our fight for social justice and social change. Have there been discussions with WNBA players? Have you been a part of that? And how do you feel about maybe basketball being a distraction to, a much bigger cause with social justice?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to anyone like directly, but I've heard different people's opinions. And I completely understand where everyone's coming from, whether it be different than mine. But I know for me personally, like, I know I have a job to fulfill. This is what I signed up for. So if the league is able to provide me, obviously health first, like considering my health first, I have to fulfill that job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously, like I understand what's going on in the world. And of course, I'm going to use my platform to, continue to raise awareness. And being that hopefully like more eyes are on us because, live sports aren't going on. But at the end of the day, I did sign up for this and I do have a job to fulfill. But like I said, that might be different than someone else's, but that's just me personally how I feel. And of course, I'm going to continue to raise awareness for my people. And I'm all, I'm doing everything I can, going to protests, signing petitions, giving donations. But at the end of the day, I think it's a two-way game.
No, that's a great answer. I definitely agree with that. I feel like this is going to be the most paid attention to season for the end of the NBA, the WNBA, and I feel like the players should definitely use their platform to bring
I
attention to
definitely see
everything
it
that's
from
going
both
on.
sides too, definitely.
Yeah. So with this season about to start here, we see that what is the difference going to be this year for you playing with no fans? Is that something that you think is going to affect you in any way? Is it going to be weird?
Honestly, I swear, I wish I had an answer because I've never been like this before. I've never been in the gym with no fans. So I feel like it's definitely going to be an adjustment. Maybe I might notice. Maybe I might be just so focused on the game that I may not notice. But I definitely think that it'll be different. Looking up and there'll be no one. There's no one there. But you know, like I think that, like I said, I don't even have an answer. I don't know even what to expect. Maybe they might put some background noise in there just to, you know, accommodate for the lack of fans. But yeah, I do think it'll be weird, but I think it won't bother me as much as I try not to overthink it.
Yeah, it's, you know, take up somebody who plays basketball with no fans. It's not that bad. You know, it's something that I think you guys will get used to. And I wanted to end this interview with some furious questions. I call it the Furious Five.
Okay.
And just try to think of the first thing that comes to mind when I ask you these questions.
Okay.
All right. Favorite music album?
The Carter Three.
Okay. I'm from New Orleans, so I like that. Favorite player to watch play?
LeBron.
Okay. LeBron. Versatility. I see the connection there. Makes sense. Favorite TV show?
SVU, Law and Order.
Okay, you could watch that literally forever.
Yeah.
Like that. If there's one show that's made for you to make it through quarantine with,
yeah,
it's Law and Order SVU.
Thanks.
Right. Favorite food?
Tacos.
Okay, tacos. I like that. And so that's you being from East Coast. I didn't expect tacos.
Right. Yeah, I normally get that reaction.
Yeah, but no, tacos. I mean, you living on the West Coast now. I experienced some really good tacos out here. Once you get to Phoenix, you'll be able to get some really good tacos.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. All right. And speaking of different places, what's the favorite place that you have been?
Probably Athens, Greece.
Oh.
Yeah, I loved it there. Like I could live there.
Okay. That's where I'm set to go for my honeymoon. So my fiance
really? My gosh, you're gonna have a blast.
I'm glad to hear that. So my fiance is gonna be glad to hear that. Great food. Okay.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. Oh man, this was fun doing this interview with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
No problem at all. Thank you for watching us, and we'll see you next time here on the 3-Point Conversion.
No problem. Have a good one. Bye-bye.